Things are changing, and they're changing at a pace now, certainly in the last 12 to 18 months, that we haven't seen in the lifetime of our business. And what I'll do is cover some of the key areas that I see are making a big difference and a change to the industry as a whole. First is the cloud. It's a nice, friendly, fluffy name that everyone calls basically something that's on the web. The advantages that go with the cloud and having everything hosted, everything backed up, which is a key factor from our point of view, far outweigh the need to actually have something flashing in the corner of a room. There's always going to be exceptions where you've got high security of information that you don't want to transit through the cloud, and we're starting to see a lot of hybrid solutions now where people want to maintain the data within their own infrastructure but use the Signage Live technology to actually publish the content and bring in data from other sources that isn't sensitive. It's predicted that there's going to be 24 billion connected internet devices by 2020. And what the exciting thing about that is it allows us to start looking at very low cost technologies within screens, whether they be small form factor or large form factor screens, that can actually drive digital media content. You recall going back probably 4 or 5 years, the likes of Samsung created smart technology for the home. So you could actually plug your TV into the internet, you could pull up your YouTube channels and you could watch those on your TV without the need for any other devices. What happened about 18 months ago was the enterprise team in Suwon in Samsung decided that they were going to take the chip technology they developed for the consumer world and move it into the back of a screen. So it took us kind of 18 months to basically replicate everything we'd built that would run on a PC. We can now run in the back of any of the Samsung screens. We're looking over 3 years of that being 50% cheaper in the purchase costs and the cost of running and management of that network than a traditional external PC-based digital signage network, which has got a HDMI connection, it's got a network connection, Wi-Fi, it's got a USB connection so you can add buttons and sensors and what have you to the device. It's significantly cheaper than a PC, and it's just built for good, solid, unattended use. You connect it to any screen that you require. So we're seeing a lot of organizations who maybe they don't necessarily want the smart screen technology, or they've got existing screens that they want to enable. We call ourselves an API-first company. So we've built our platform to effectively allow simple integration with third parties. We've just launched for free within our platform integration with Avery, and Avery is an online image editing tool. So if anyone's ever looked at kind of Instagram or played around with trying to change your photos on your Twitter app and put nice borders and what have you on them, it's the same level of functionality, but it's now built into our software. ScreenFeed provide news, sports, weather information, right to the point where it's fully integrated. So if you put the either the postcode, zip code of the player into Signage Live, and if you don't, it will use the IP address and do a lookup, it will deliver the right weather to that right screen. So you're not having to do any programming, you're just saying, I want that type of content, and we take care of the rest of it using the technology. Repeat, basically, they sell a solution which is about the estate agent managing the property, the pricing, all the geographical information, all the images they're going to take of your property when you're selling it, and then that gets printed and it gets published to the website. Well, we've just taken that same web API and turned it and published it into the screens. Not only that, we're actually publishing it into different sizes and formats because we know they've got different resolutions of screens that are attached to the network, and this is all geo-based as well. So the player says, I'm in Kensington in London, and it'll go and grab the appropriate content and put it in the window in London. If they've got different windows, which they have in some cases, where they've actually got different price brackets, then what it'll do is if they drop the price changes. Because it's in a feed, it automatically flips from window to window without any intervention. How do you react to the local environment? How do you react to changes that are happening at that local proximity? So whether it be an EPOS seal that says, I haven't got that in stock, don't show it on the screen, or someone walking in that's actually shown interest in a particular offer that's been pushed to their Estimote-enabled screen or their iBeacon-enabled iPhone. And so we're working on actually how do we build those sensory information in, how do we work on triggers, and even some of the simple stuff is quite effective. We've done a project recently with a hotel chain where we're using sonic sensors. Okay, and these sonic sensors are triggered based on the proximity of someone to the screen. So as you're further away, the copy's larger, and as you get closer, it gets smaller and you get more information. Now this platform basically is what they call a fire hose strategy. So the idea is you just buy as much data space as you want and just throw it at them. So the idea is we can connect all of this information up, bring it all back into the system, take all the audience measurement information, everything we're gathering, pull it into something like the Kinesis platform, and it allows you to either do real-time dashboards, so we can actually see what's happening in real time in your estate, or to actually kind of take that data, store it temporarily, analyze it, and then decide you're going to change the content based on what's been happened in the environment itself. So the whole thing becomes a web-connected technology, and none of this kind of machine process where you've got to print something, put it in a tube, get it on a lorry, get it to the store. It can actually happen based on what's happening in the environment at any one time.